Oh, David. Hello. Aso. Hello, dear. Nura. After a while, it's second time in a row. Not in a row, but in 1 or 2 weeks span. You're here. Good to see you. Aha, good. I hope you enjoyed it. Hello, Rudy. Ralph says hello. I was just listening to one of your Q&A. Mark, hello, Mark. Same thing David was saying, that he said I was just driving, listening to the other live talk we had a few days ago. Nura says, missed you more. I missed you too. Ralph and Sandeep. Hello, Sandeep. Well, I've been for the past maybe half an hour before I came on live, I was watching a video on YouTube about the SEOs and how to make changes so it would be, the algorithm would notice our channel more. It's quite interesting, so maybe I'll do pay some attention. Most of the stuff I'm doing, but I guess I still gotta figure out how I can increase impressions and so on, and tagging and so forth. I guess it's not all about the content, it's all about visibility. And the little synchronization with the YouTube's way of seeing a channel and noticing it. So Aso says I was taken by force by my father connection to a mental hospital. Oh, to call me crazy, drug me, but the doctor refused because it's illegal. Cause Dad knew I would file an abuse case over him. Why would they do that? The doctor said I have an adjustment disorder, temporary depression, and now I'm at home, lost my internship, and I'm behind my studies. I feel bad, Mehran. I don't talk to my father, and I have lots of stress, nightmares that they would do this again and take me to a mental hospital. Why should they take you to a mental hospital? What kind of nonsense is that? You know, I think the way you approach it in a legal way is correct way. You're studying, you're doing your things. What is their issue? Maybe you can go to your own doctor and say this, what you just said here, and tell your doctor and say, listen, doctor, run me a check and see if there is any merits to what these people are saying. And if you find that I'm basically okay and going through my life and stresses could cause some mood imbalance and this and that, then write that down, that you give me a clean bill of health, and they should stop making such accusations or such threats against me. And then anytime they tried that, you can simply show that letter or that assessment. And of course, nobody should be able to force you to do anything whatsoever. So focus on your studies. This gives you, look, sometimes when hard things happen in our life, like this, what you just told me, it gives you motivation to focus on something that you really like more. And what you really like is to become independent, right? So that gives you motivation to become independent, to put more effort on becoming independent, which is focusing on your studies, passing your grades, making sure that you're equipped to get a good job, and just move away and live your life and don't look back. You know, sometimes when I have some clients who behave inappropriately in their dealings in business, or they don't consider the advice that they're being given, and so on, or they're just simply you know, the type that you don't want to negotiate anything with or interact, it puts my mind more toward focusing on what I really want to accomplish in life. So in other words, sometimes you know, people being jerks or assholes, it gives you a notion of how important it is for you to focus on what it is that you want to accomplish and get yourself in a different position of standing in life that you would not. You would put yourself in a position that you would not encountering these people or being involved in such a business that you know, there's interaction with such people or such circumstances. So you will find more power to you know, to turn it around and find a little bit of urgency to focus more on what it is that you really like and you know it's good for you. So Aso says, it was horrible and awful. I'm so stressed and scared of the future and what would happen. Nothing. You're in control. You're the boss. But temporarily you're living with them. Once you get your education done and you get a job and move out, you will take care of your own health. You will feel, being true to yourself, that okay, I feel a little bit weird, or I don't. Should I go to my doctor and check? You go and your doctor checks you and says, you're good. Or you need to take this regimen or whatever it is that they prescribe, and you discuss it with your doctor intelligently and you figure out what it is good for you or not. Otherwise, I don't think anybody can do anything to you when you use the law. Where are you living? Was it, where was it? Dubai? Oman? Or was it India? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Patrick says, hello Mehran, good to see you. Good to see you too, Patrick. Ross says, male 30 UK. And thank you very much, Ross, for observing that protocol. I appreciate that. Male 30 UK. Where you're tuning in from, UK, how old you are, 30, male or female, male. So simple. I keep thinking about ex-girlfriend, that's normal. With her new boyfriend, that's normal too. Who is better looking than me? You know, and there are lots of cars that they look better than the other cars, but their engine sucks. Literally sucks. It can't perform. It doesn't have good mechanism. It's not advanced. It's not, you know, it doesn't have the horsepower. It doesn't have the characteristics, the sound, the engine, resonation, and all that. So, would you think anybody, once they drive that car, would care about that this car that doesn't perform, doesn't have good characteristics, doesn't have a good balance, doesn't have good advanced technology, doesn't have proper design of the engine and its functionality. Do you think they care about it anymore, that it looks better than this other car? No, because it's all about content. Look, coming back to YouTube's, so many people click on nice thumbnails because it looks nice, enticing. You know, I don't know, they put different pictures, maybe a woman's legs in high heels or some kind of a gesture, a pretty girl, and they click on it because they want to learn about what to do with their breakup and how to move on. But look, in the first 5-6 minutes, if not 2 or 3 minutes, they figure out that it's not living up to its presentation of the thumbnail, and they move on. So really, how good looking something is, it's only for a moment to entice or create an interest, encouragement. But people are all about quality. Nobody sticks around with something that doesn't perform well. It doesn't have a good quality. You know, even if you buy good shiny fruits from one fruit stand, when you try to eat that fruit and it's not tasting as good as you thought it should, because the look of it represents, you won't go to that store anymore. It's only once. So what I'm trying to tell you is that doesn't matter how good looking somebody is or not. What matters is what quality and content they're offering to the world, what their energy, how their energy is going to affect the other people in the world, or in their relationship, or in their family. We are all made out of energy. You guys are making a mistake in only trying to read people by their looks. Their looks doesn't mean, a good look doesn't represent, it's not equal to smarts. Good looks is not equal to wisdom. Good looks is not equal to responsibility. Good looks is not equal to compassion. Good looks is not equal to caring. Good looks is not equal to unselfishness. Good looks is not equal to anything that it is what everybody else values. Good looks is just that. If good looks was enough, then people would go and make a date with a poster, because lots of posters look good. You know, handsome men or beautiful women are in the poster. But that's not enough, right? Because it's characteristics. It's what makes that person actually bring to life. And what that person can bring to life is based on their consciousness, their energy, their attitude, their character. All of that has nothing to do with the look of a person. The person did not do anything for that look. That look happened to be just how it was drawn. But what that drawing is doing in the picture, that's what really describes the picture. The look of a painting in a museum is one thing, attracts you to look at it. But what that look, that character is involved, the action that is representing, is trying to communicate through that painting, is what keeps that person keep paying attention to that painting. So it is the action, it is what they have turned themselves into since their birth. Otherwise, the look, they didn't do anything to get that look. It wasn't their doing. So it's not like a special talent that they have, that you think, oh, somebody is good looking, or this girl is beautiful, so that she must be also pretty smart, intelligent, unselfish, dedicated, loyal, classy, wise. None of that shit. How many good-looking girls you see that they're just dumb as a brick? How many handsome men you see that they're just like what? No brains, you know? So it really has to do with the content that you should be focusing on. So stop worrying about how this other guy looks. There's so many other guys better looking than him, but that's still neither here nor there, because you're not having a relationship. The girls are not having a relationship with the look of the guy. And we boys may be attracted to a good looking girl, but after a certain short period of time, you learn that you're not having a relationship with the look of the girl. You actually are having a relationship with her consciousness. That's why things work or don't work. So focus on that and be proud of who you are, and stop being so intimidated by things like this. Yeah. And you know what? Who is she that just because she has chosen somebody, then that somebody is better than you? Who is she? What is her credentials? What has she accomplished in life that has made her, in your opinion, to be the wise of the world, that her choice and her blessing on someone or having a relationship with someone tells you that that someone is somebody special? No. Who is she? What has she accomplished? What has she contributed to the world? What has she done for the humanity, good of the world? What makes her such an authority that if she chooses this man, then this man is better than the other? Stop this. Go on with your life. Focus on what you're doing, what you're enjoying, what you're building, and what you need to accomplish in life. That's what your focus should be on. All right. Even though I broke up with her, he says, as I had to move away from, oh, forget it. Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that. Just let it go. Ross, look at my eyes. Ross, let it go. It's not worth it. You're much bigger than that. Life is much bigger than that. You've got lots of things to accomplish and enjoy in life. And life is not summed up with one girl or one relationship. Regardless of who she chooses or doesn't, it doesn't change you. You're still the man. Go. You're your own boss. Go. Explore the world. You'll be fine. All right. Sandy says, hello, sir. Male 24. And that's 2. Male 24. There are 3. Where are you tuning in from? Sandy. Sandy says, I'm depressed and terrified because I had an accident where I lost my front lower teeth. I see. And now I'm depressed that how people will say by looking at me. How do I get My answer is exactly what I just said to Ross. And about your teeth, I understand. But you know what? Dentistry today is far beyond your imagination what they do. So simply you can go and have that tooth, rebuilt. If it's broken or if it's lost, they will put a tooth better than your old one. And you will just look. Have you not seen these things that people who really have deformed jaws or teeth, and they fix them like they're movie stars, and it lasts them for a whole life. And regardless if you lose your teeth or not, when you get older, the teeth all starts getting problematic, and eventually you have to go to the dentist, have them fixed, replaced, rebuilt, all that. So it's not like something that you would have never had to deal with. You would eventually have to go to the dentist and get lots of things fixed. So that's a motivation for you to be successful, have money, and go get it fixed. No big deal. I know we are all vain, we like to look good. That's part of us being a human being, and that's no problem with it. But don't let these things. Then what about the people who have lost a hand? What about the people who actually lost a leg? What about the people who have all kinds of challenges? Do you want to have your life stopped because of a tooth? Or should you use that to catapult you in life to become more powerful and successful and have that tooth and anything else that needs to be fixed? That should be your encouragement. It gives you a reason to understand how important it is to accomplish yourself, to become capable in life. So if some things like this happens, you can have it remedied. Don't be worried. And believe me, girls really don't look at your tooth once they see how wonderful you are inside. And they know that you can fix the tooth if that's really a big deal. And you will. You know, maybe you can just go to your dentist and say, hey, look, can you fix this? And, you know, if you have enough money or insurance or whatnot, they'll fix it. Pretty much nothing that they can't fix. Ross says, I miss her constantly, even when trying to keep my mind occupied. Because you don't want to. You don't want to not miss her. Because you're a boy. You know? Your hormones are running through your vein, and it's not so easy maybe. I don't know where you are, Ross. Remember, you got to remind me. Maybe you did. Let me see. Where you're tuning in from. Yeah. UK, okay. My goodness, there's so many pretty girls in UK, and you are hung up on one, and the one that hasn't continued to be loyal to be with you. Why do you want her? And the reason that you keep thinking about her, I have many videos that you're stuck on your girlfriend, you can't move on, you keep thinking about her, and all these, just type it in and the videos come up. Right now, basically anything you can think of after your breakup, there's a video on it. We have over 1,100 videos on this channel and counting. And there is no way you can't find an answer here. Pretty much unlikely. So go and type in how you feel and what you're worried about, and there's bound to be videos on it. And the fact that you constantly think about her is because you love sex. You love women. And it's not that easy, like as easy it is for the girls to find boyfriends. It's not as easy for the guys to find girlfriends so readily. So you have all these challenges. Okay, now where I'm gonna find her? Is she gonna like me? And all these questions make it more difficult for you to step forward. But think about when you did not have a girlfriend. You were doing your things and you were open to it, and then some opportunity came on and you got to know her, and then you guys hit it off. And then you found out that, you know, you guys, you know, don't match up, or whatever reason, one of you or both of you change your mind and it's not working. That's part of the whole game. But he's not supposed to tell you that's the only game in town. But the reason you keep thinking about her, because that was the last game you played. And by default, when we think about a game, whether it's a soccer game or tennis match or whatever it is, or in equestrian, the last parkour, you will, or it's a girlfriend you had, you will always by default think about the last most recent experience. So it doesn't mean just because you think of her you should be thinking of her. It just means she was the last one. If you go and have a relationship with another girl that you like, and you become intimate with her, you go for a while together, and then you break up, then that would be the girl that every time you think about sex, intimacy, and something that gives you pleasure, a relationship, you'll think of her. You won't think about this last one now. You won't think about the one that you're thinking now. You will be thinking about that other one that came after, because she would be most recent. That's the default. if you understand that, then you understand by the thinking, by the fact that you're thinking about her constantly, that doesn't mean she's the right girl for you or she's something that you should be thinking about. It just means that's how your hormones are acting, and your memory constantly, by default, points towards the most recent memory of an intimate relationship. That's it. Now, if you can understand this, then you will see she's not an anomaly. There's no mystic reasons for you to be thinking about her. It's because you like women, and the only thing you have in your files about a relationship is her. That's why you keep thinking about her. And of course, you desire that pleasure, and you knew her. You have memories of her in your mind. So all those memories keep coming, and then you think those memories, while you're reviewing them, you think they're actuality, they're attainable, they're still there, and then you reach for them. But it's like a dream. When in your dream you see something and you want to grab it or something, and then you wake up, you say, oh, it was a dream. Then you let go. But here, every time you think about her in your memories, you think, oh, it's there, then you want to grab her, you want to attain her, you want to pursue it, but you don't wake up by telling yourself, this is a memory. It's just pleasant to think about it, but I don't have to pursue it because it's already finished. I accept it. This relationship is over, and I will be looking for another girl. When you think that way, every time you think of her, you will not see a possibility. You will just remind yourself, no, that's a memory. I don't want her because I don't want a girl who doesn't want me and has gone to somebody else. That's it. You got to take a hold of that. Otherwise, you're not the master of you. Your memory is, and your thoughts. You should control your thoughts. Recognize that thoughts are stupid. They run on hormones, memory, pleasure, desire, ego. None of them means it's your choice. It's their choice. And you got to tell your desire and your ego memories that you guys are my subordinates. You will do as I say. By appearing in my life, the desire commands something and wants to pursue something. The ego wants to be fluffed and pushes you to pay attention to something. The memory comes to your mind and makes you think that this is the actuality. You just simply say, hey, shut it. That's not good for me. I want to look for some actual woman that I would hit it off on consciousness level, and she likes me, I would like her, I would get to know her, she will get to know me. We will find out what things are in common, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for these memories to replace the actuality of my life and rob me from what's happening in front of me and what I can create, and keep me in the past, but keep thinking and reminiscing about something that neither here nor there, and it's not even in existence anymore. So once you're in that kind of a understanding, then you're in control. And your desire, you get aroused because you think of your ex and the possibility of sex and all that. You gotta say, listen, desire, simmer down. I will tell you when you should be created. Desire is created by all the steps that we talked about before in the video that I have that talks about desire. But you say, just because all these prerequisite steps exist in my memory that creates a desire, I'm not going to allow the desire to be born, because I recognize these steps are all in memory, and I don't want them to make me think that they're the actuality, and I will not allow the desire to be born, because I will focus on the actuality of my life. Then again, you have nullified the desire. And the ego comes to the picture. So, you gotta listen to me. I want to feel good and fluffed by you going to get that girl, so you will prove to yourself you are the chosen one. The chosen one to see, you say. That girl, is she the chosen one? Is she the representation of the womanhood in the world? What am I pursuing? Some girl that didn't want to be with me and chosen somebody else. I don't want that kind of girl. To me, that's a disqualifier. And you, ego, let's shut up. You follow what I give you. I'm not going to run around try to please you. This is how you deal with yourself, and you become master of yourself in very short way said here, which is more involved, that you can become the master of your center. But watch the videos, that'll help out. All right. And I think it's very appropriate to say that go on my site, mind@6truth.com, pick up the book Me, My Psyche and I if you haven't, and if you have, keep reading them whenever you feel like it. The chapters are not connected, so you can choose any chapter from any part of the book and enjoy. And get to know yourself. Get to know how you're put together. Get to know why you act this way. Get to know the role of ego, desire, fear, and thoughts and consciousness, and the energy of the universe, your relationship with the nature's energy, your mind and body coordination, all these things you learn. And then you know what's going on, and you know how to have everything in their place. Now, let's move on to Sandy. Sandy, we talked about it. Aso says, I have a history of trying to kill myself. Ooh. When I was 17 years old. They used that as an excuse to do so. I'm so scared I can't lie, and I feel like those people are judging me, don't really love me. Oh, who cares if they judge you? You should simply know the truth. Base your life on truth. If you feel that you still have those tendencies of that heinous act of disrespect to your life, as a universe has given you that privilege of living experience for a short time. You know, listen, so we will all die one day. What's the hurry then? What's to push it forward? What for? What the fuck is waiting for me the other side? Do I know that? No. Whatever it is, I'll find out when the time comes. You know? What's a hurry? Do you know? At least this I know. This life I know. Right now, this life I know. I'm going to do my best to make the best experience out of it. I'm given this permission, this chance to be on this earth with the way I am, in this life, in the way that we know what life is all about, and then experience it. Maybe there is a reason why I'm here. I can't suddenly say, no, I don't want to be here. Who am I? Did I decide to be here? No. So I can't decide not to be here either. Because the reason that I'm here, perhaps there is a reason behind it. Among all these 300 million sperms that was produced when mom and dad were procreating, I was the one that won. I'm the winner to begin with. I was the one who was chosen by the universe to be here. So it wasn't me, I was chosen. So how can I think that it should be me to decide that I shouldn't be here, to kill myself? No. I should comply with me, my part, as part of the great universe. It, as its whole organization functioning properly, has chosen me to be one of the people to be alive in this universe and experience this journey. So I'm going to do that. And what my contribution from this learning experience would be to the whole universe as a whole, in this life or the other life or whatever is out there, which I don't know, I will comply. I will play my role. And my role right now, what I should focus on, is to be here, be healthy, take care of myself, do the best I can to express myself, and at the same time affect the world in a positive way and help the universe to grow and develop. That's my job. And I'm going to do that. And when it's time that I get old and I go, then okay, then I'll go. But that's not why I'm here, to decide that, oh, I shouldn't be here. No. It was decided for me to be here by the universe, by the creator. And I will be here and attend to my duty and role and mission to be here and experience this life and affect this life the way I would, accomplish something, and help the universal wisdom through my experiences to become wiser. I will comply to that. I will play that role and help the universe to grow and develop, because that's how the universe grows and develops, through our experiences and the wisdom that we accumulate, and eventually we express that and transfer that to the collective consciousness of the universe. So if you can be honest with yourself, say, okay, yeah, that makes sense, there's no hurry, and then you say to yourself, okay, are you still in that kind of a mode that you were in 17 years old? If you think you are, go check with your doctor, and there could be some chemical imbalance, and it's millions of people, the science has helped everybody to become balanced when they have some chemical imbalance in their blood, and they give them medicine, and then things figure out perfectly. But if you are feeling that you're fine, there's nothing wrong, and you have no inclination, no intention, no such thoughts anymore, and you understand how stupid that is to take that wonderful opportunity away, when 300 other million sperms could have been on this earth, one of them instead of you, but you were the chosen one. So how could you suddenly decide that, oh no, I'm not the chosen? Well, you are. And it was decided that you're here. So you better, be part of the whole positive power of the universe that has chosen you, special you, to be here, to complete this whole picture of the universe. We are all part of it. And we're blessed to be here. So let's enjoy it. So if you can understand that, then you will diss all these other thoughts that may come to the mind when we are depressed or low moods. Oh, this life is this and that. Yeah, okay, fine. But they'll pass. We all know it'll pass by knowing why we're here. So if that's the case, then focus on your studies and progress. And whenever you feel a little bit questioning your mood, go to talk to your doctor and take care of yourself. Then I think you'll be in good hands. She says, when I was in college, this father went to the police, said that I ran away. That's why they believe him in the first place. Anyhow, but then I knew I was abused by him, so they thought of the mental place. I'm from Oman, 23-year-old. Okay, oh, you young girl, life ahead of you. Just focus on your studies, understand what I just told you, talk to your doctors when you need to, and take good care of yourself. You're the first person who's responsible to take care of yourself, and then find your path with the whole help of your physicians, and also thinking correctly about how precious life is, and we will not going to harm the most precious jewel and gift that we have in this world, which is our life. Remember the video that I have about happiness? Remember that? So watch that one, and that will give you a little bit of information about what really happiness is all about, and what I should really focus on, and what is the most precious gift, the treasure that I have in this life, and that is my life, my health. So take care of that. Number one. And never think about killing yourself on that nonsense. No hurry on that one. Whether we want it or not, someday that will happen. So, we all die. So I'm not in a hurry about that. I want to see what I can do here. The enjoyments, how I can help people, how I can make something out of myself, accomplish, learn more, and then I will be more qualified when my time comes to maybe go wherever that universe may have in store for me. And the better I experience this life, more complete and patience, and take the challenges, perhaps I'll be in a better position in the next life, if there is such thing. So I'm gonna do my best. Not gonna lose that opportunity. It's like entering the other life as a soldier or as a general, depending how we perform here. So I want to be in a good ranking. So I'll do my best here, take a good care of myself, and be good to people, and enjoy helping things grow and develop and affect people and society and the world in general and positively. And hopefully that will be recognized when my spirit wants to go somewhere else, and it will have a better or special place rather than starting from bottom. Okay, also let's so all right. Roxana says, hello dear. The Ralph says, I have a short question. Not sure if you can answer. I was thinking, how come it's harder emotionally to move on from an ended relationship than it is losing a friendship? Mark 32, Nottinghamshire, UK. I was thinking, he says, how come it's harder emotionally to move on from an ended relationship than it is losing a friendship? Why is it harder to move on from a relationship than it is harder to move on from a friendship, losing a friend? Well, because there's no intimacy in that. A friend's, so okay, you don't have any special emotion to that friend. It's a friend. We were kids, we got friends, we grew up, I don't know, played in school, and then, you both end up liking the same girl, or have some ego trips or arguments because you want to be showing that you're more than the other ones, you're better than the other ones, comparing yourself, whatever the reason was. You had the fallout, and the friendship ends. The hell with you, or fuck you, or whatever, and I don't care, whatever, and that ends. Okay. But when you are in a relationship and you're intimate with your girlfriend, you have all these extraordinary emotions that none of that exists in a friendship. Hormones are into the picture and all that. And interaction, socializing with someone is got so many different sensories in the works, and emotional files are created, and resonations are there, between, there's such a difference between a relationship, emotions and files that are created, and all the things that you guys feel about each other and experience physically and mentally, and hormonal, and all the other programs that you have in your genes. It's totally two different things. Or are you saying the difference, your question is about having the difference of moving on from a relationship with your girlfriend versus moving on from a friendship with a girl, which was not your girlfriend, just a friend? Either way, so obviously moving on from a relationship is always harder, because there's intimacy involved, and there's all kinds of stimulation of the pleasure points that are involved, the pleasure experiences, and there's a certain level of pleasure into a relationship and intimacy that you remember that is far different category of fun when you have it with a friend, with a girl who's just your friend. I guess that's the extent of my understanding of this question. Roxana says, Dear Mehran, yes, dear Roxana, I took your advice and I took a step back on that crush I told you about. and it's been 3 days that he hasn't said a thing. I know it's over, but question keeps floating in my mind that why did he act like that and played me? You know, Roxana, I can go on and on for about an hour about why, but the real gist of it all is, who gives a fuck? Who cares? You are having a conversation with your own thoughts, like your thoughts are having a conversation with your own thoughts, because your thoughts is judging your thoughts. You're trying to prove to yourself that there's nothing wrong with me by using some asshole's assessment of you as if that really matters, or that's a representation of the gauge and the standards of your value through that narrow assessment of that particular asshole, that person. Who cares? Who cares why? I come back to that famous statement of mine. Why does a donkey piss in the street? Why? Just imagine you're sitting under a tree and having a tea and focusing like Aristotle. Why this donkey pissed in the street? And years go by, you analyze everything, and you come to this understanding. The wise of the worlds, after years, come to you and say, because he's a fucking donkey. That's all. That's what donkeys do. There is no why. We're conditioned to think that everything should have a why. Some things don't have a reason. You know the story of the frog and the scorpion standing on the side of the river, and the scorpion says, hey, frog. The frog says, oh, what the fuck? He says, no, don't be afraid. I just want to ask you, please take me on your back and cross me the river. He says, what the hell? Are you going to sting me? He says, well, am I crazy? Why would I sting you? If I sting you in the middle of the river, I will drown myself. Frog says, well, that's reasonable. And frog, being friendly, he says, okay, hop on. So as they're going, they're right in the middle of the stream, and the fucking scorpion stings the frog. And the frog says, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? I mean, but why? As he's drowning, he says, I tried to help you. And he says, but that's my nature. You know that story, right? And you're now asking why a guy with that character, whose character is an asshole, or dishonest, or a player, or abuser, is actually an abuser, a player, dishonest, or an asshole. There's no reason for you to ask why. All you should do is to recognize what happened and the mistake in your judgment, and not seeing it as you should have seen it, and be unfocused by the color of the product that you were buying rather than the functionality of the product, and you bought the wrong product, and now you got to throw it in the garbage. That's it. There's nothing else you can do. They may or may not take it back at the store, but you eventually got to forget about it because it doesn't work. Same thing with this. It doesn't work. But you want to dwell on it. Why? Who cares why? What does it do good for you to know why? Somebody is crazy. You're going to ask him why? You see shit on the side of the street. Are you going to say, why is this shit on the side of the street? Why? No. You recognize it and say, okay, that's not something that I should interact with, but make sure my foot doesn't go on it, and I should maneuver it and go on, because I recognized from the distance, I thought it's I don't know, some kind of old banana or something, or maybe a wallet, but I got close, I said, holy shit, it's shit. So then when you recognize it, you don't say, why is it not a wallet with money in it? Why is it not a banana that it looked like it? You just say, oh, I recognize what it is. I was mistaken. Ooh, I maneuver, and you keep on going. You don't sit there and say, why? So in life, many things, you know, why is not used and necessary. So use it, see it. Don't consider that action of that person is a representation of your worth and value, because then you're really making a bigger mistake, a second mistake. Just understand, this is what a donkey does. This is what the scorpion does. This is the shit side of the street, and I should simply move on. That's all. That's a power of recognition of something that is not good for you. The rest of it, why is this shit here? Why the scorpion sting? Why the donkey pisses in the street? It's just waste of your time and trying to find some why for something. There is no why. All right. Ayush says, hi Mehran. Hello Ayush. Mike says, I broke up with girlfriend and she is with someone new. Okay. And something jumped up. I lost someone new, but keeps texting me about how she missed talking with me. Is she trying to make me feel bad or jealous? Simply text back, say, hey, listen, you miss talking with me? I'm really not a talking booth in the circus that you put a coin in and you talk. I'm a human being and you were my girlfriend. If you want to come back, express it clearly and we will talk about you coming back to me and we restart. If not, have a wonderful life. Enjoy your new boyfriend. I'm not interested to be strung along. And I would like to have my opportunities with other girls and establish a real relationship with them. Not the kind that is neither here nor there. Simple. Boom, boom. That's it. And you will get your answer. You know, if she, because she, you know, this is what they do. Some girls, this is what they do. They want to have this, but they want to be with this, but then they want to keep this coming along, just in case this isn't work. No good. You got to figure that out and move on. Patrick says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Patrick. Male 20th Ireland. Okay, thank you very much. Ex left about 2 months ago. Good riddance. Because if she was good enough, she wouldn't leave. That's why I say that. I was not always looking out for myself, working a lot on building a business, and then being too much of a people pleaser when it comes to my girlfriend. Aha, yes, because you think she's giving you, she's doing you a favor by having sex with you. And so you thought, just because she's the source of the pleasure, the most important pleasure that you seek in your life, therefore she's actually important. What you would experience through her, which is the pleasure, is what's very important to you, but not the girl that was actually all she was doing was giving you that sexual pleasure, and there was nothing else that she was offering, which is like partnership, wisdom, kindness, compassion, caring, unselfishness, support, togetherness. All of that is part of being a girlfriend. If that is not offered, and only the pretty thing, and she knows it, that you were just, you know, elated when you were having sex with her, because we guys kind of go over the top when we see that pleasure, like a dog saw a rabbit, and they know it. But you got to bring it to balance, that as they're offering you pleasure, you're offering them pleasure. And as they're offering you kindness, you're offering them kindness. And it's something special about you and something special about them. It's not just special about them. If you recognize that, they will recognize that. And they won't think that they're doing you a favor. And on that note, they think they're too good for you, then they leave to somebody else who doesn't give a shit about them, because they feel the one who doesn't give a shit about them must be really something. Because if I was really something, he would really come all over, follow me and do what I want and all that, so forth, right? And pursue me and just listen to me and just be there whenever I need him and all that. But when the guy behaves normally and doesn't pay too much extraordinary attention to her, she will feel, oh, then I'm not that hot. And because I'm not that hot, because he's not paying so much attention to me, then maybe he's better than me. So maybe I should pursue him. So the whole thing is reversed. It's all about how you bring balance to a relationship. It's not about dissing or disrespecting or ignoring your girlfriend, and it's not about putting her on pedestal just because you can go between her legs and just feel that wonderful pleasure that at which time you will feel there's nothing in this world that bothers you and there's everything in this world that you want, and you have it just because you don't even exist at that moment. You don't even know you exist at the moment of ecstasy and the climax in sex, but at the same time you think you are everything and you're nothing. You have everything and you don't want anything. That's the kind of a pleasure a moment, the feeling that you have at that moment, and that's what you think is through her. Therefore you make her so important. But in fact, it is that pleasure that is so important for her. So put that aside and then see who she is, how she treats you, how she is teamed up with you, how she cares about the relationship, how she supports you, and the same thing for you, how you support her, and so on and so forth. Make it equal, and then both of you will grow together. Otherwise, one will think that I'm better and harder than the other one, and then, things don't go that well. So, now, Patrick, where is the question? Oh, there it is. And Patrick continues, your video, put yourself first without being selfish, helped me see I was being selfish, looking for validation. Yes, outside myself. Yes. I learned a good lesson in that. If I do not look out for myself, nobody will. That's correct. Patrick continues, I'm moving on and getting over at the moment. Thank you, sir. My question, should one generally try to end things well by wishing each other well on their path in life? Well, the fact that you're not being nasty or rude, that's the same as wishing each other well. You don't have to necessarily go and suck up to her and says, oh, darling, we had such a good run and you were such a good girlfriend. I was so lucky to have you and I appreciate you and I wish you well. Have a wonderful journey. I love you. Now, what you're doing, you're just putting yourself in that hole again and diminishing your own self-image and creating her to be the master or the goddess. And again, you conditioning yourself to miss her more and to want her more. You're just fucking up yourself. So if it happened that you see each other in the street, just be cordial, that's it, and move on. Hi, how are you? Good. Everything good? Good. All right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. That's it. Because there is no reason for you to prove anything to her. That I'm so nice and you should miss me now that you don't have me. Because remember how nice I am, complacive, how cooperating I have, because, you have a nice pair of legs. That's what's going in your mind. Instead, you should simply hold your own and be cordial and polite and greet her well and say, good. Have a nice day. Yeah, okay, good. That's it. No more needed. You don't have to prove anything to her. In order for you, in your thoughts, that I'm in good place in her thoughts. I was a good doggy. She thinks of me as a good puppy. No. Thinks of you as a man who actually understands that you guys are not together and he behaves that way. He says, okay, hello, how are you? Good, good, good to see you. I say, you keep him well. Okay, bye-bye. That's it. No big deal. And Patrick continues, it's it is not something we did at the time of breakup. It is something you would suggest now, 2 months. Is it something you would suggest 2 months after breakup? I'm sorry, I missed this. By wishing each other well on their path in life, and it is not something we did at the time of breakup. Is it something you would suggest now, 2 months after breakup? I don't get it. And you continue, Mehran, what is guilt? Guilt is your conditioning to comply that you are just as good as your community and the social rules are commanding you to be. To be a good boy, you got to be like this. To be a good boy, you got to be like this. And you're being conditioned to think this way or that way. And anything against it, you feel guilty. Oh, I did something wrong. I'm not as good as I should be. I wasn't a good doggy. I did not comply. I did not stay with the taboo frame and not go in there. I did something. You're just judging yourself. If you look at the video that I have, says quality of our life, the observer and the observed, watcher and the watched, quality of our life, the watcher and the watched, you will see what I'm talking about. That your mind comes to the picture, tries to judge you. But who is judging you? Who is judging your thoughts? Your thoughts are judging your thoughts, but you've created a higher self of yourself in your thoughts, and that higher self, which is your thoughts, is judging your thoughts, judging you, which is thoughts. So if you understand that, then you will see that the guilt is something that you consider you've done something that you should be guilty of, not something against the law and things, about the personal life, personal conduct, because it's against your conditioning and not necessarily a guilt. But you want to be a good person in your own consciousness, in your own thoughts. You want to be considered a higher level and higher version of yourself by you judging yourself. And you will see you can't get there because you have gone against your conditioning. And that brings you the guilt. But guilt for what? Because they told you you shouldn't be looking at this picture all the time, and you're conditioned that looking at this picture means you're not a good person. Now that you've looked at the picture, you think, oh, I'm guilty. But why? Because somebody conditioned you to think that doing that is guilty, is bad. I mean, you're talking about these sort of things. You're not talking about real, bad stuff. So we're just limited to deliver the point here. So that's what you're thinking, that you're guilty of, I don't know what, you were nicer to her or whatever. Not knowing enough, that's the extent that I can discuss it here. And you say, how do you deal with guilt and regret? Well, I have a video that says, guilt and regret. Just put in regret or guilt, how not to feel guilty, then there will be videos coming in. Remember, we have over 1,100 videos on this channel. And pretty much anything comes to think of, to your thoughts after breakup, there's a video on it. There's bound to be one. And you can rest assured, if you write it there, there will be videos. And you can use that. So he says, how do you deal with guilt and regret? For example, regret that you do something like sex with someone and later you regret it. How do you deal with that? First of all, if you had sex, consensual sex, and the two of you agreed, both of you were of legal age, and both of you agreed, liked each other, and decided to have sex, and you had, safe sex, then what's there to regret? What do you want to regret? Why should you regret? Because you've been put in your head that having sex is bad. No, that's cultural stuff. If two people are adult, legal age, and they have they're consent to each other, they willingly choose to be with each other and get to know each other, and they choose to have sex, free will, and they're using safe sex. What's there to, what's bad about it? Yeah. So that now we go to conditioning. You think it's bad because you think guilty because you've been conditioned to think that's bad because somebody else didn't approve. Who's that somebody else? That somebody else is the one who's not having the sex, and he wants to control your life, sex life. These are all people of the old generations and laws and that created these sort of controlling people's sexual behavior and interactions in order to control them. According to certain laws and rules, you have to do this. Whose rules? My rule. Why? Because I want to be in control. This is what how the whole thing started. Through your desires and your pleasures that you want, they put rules on it to control you, to collect you into a cult, into a group, whether it's a religious group or a tribe or whatever it is, in order to create a flock for themselves and become more powerful in their way of thinking. And so you got to be aware. This is now 21st century. You got to be kind and respectful to other people's rights. If you and your girlfriend are of legal age and you consent to each other, you want to be together, and you practice safe sex, who's there to say that's bad? Illegal to what? Brainwashing people to control them. And one of them is through sexual conduct and behavior and rules and regulations. And and Mike and Robert says, that wasn't Patrick anymore. We finished with Patrick. That was Robert's question. Sorry. Says Mehran, what is guilt? Oh, I see. I thought because the color of the names and the length of the words of the name Patrick O'Donnell and Robertas Belos, if you look at them, they're the same color and they end the same portion, and I thought it's a continuation of that. Anyhow, so I guess we answered that as well. So Roberta says, I'm Rob, 24 from London. Okay, Rob. Rob says, you're a good man, Mehran. Well, thank you very much. Kalani, aloha Kalani. Mehran, my brother. How is it going? Nice to see you, he says. And catch you on your lifetime. Really good to see you too, Kalani. How is everything? How is Hawaii? How is my future hometown? Home province, home state. Mike Bressler says, Mike, 61-year-old California. Hello, Mike. Good to see you here. Please explain, he asks, the no contact rule, and what should we do if the ex reaches out, and what if they are dating someone else? Well, I think I have a video on contact rule. If not, I will look it up and I will make one. But I think I have addressed this contact thingy. Basically, contact rule is bullshit. The reason I say that is because when you have broken up with a girlfriend, then what's this no contact rule? It's supposed to be no contact at all. It's X, it's broke. You guys tried, it didn't work, tried again, tried to compromise, tried to converse and communicate, and it didn't work out. So the breakup took place. That's why it's called now X. So when this happens, what's this business of no contact? Because you want to get back together. First thing you're going to understand, when there is a breakup and you guys have tried for a bit and it didn't pan out and you guys decided to break up, or one side decided to break up, and obviously you guys tried to help it out and figure it out and compromise, but you guys broke up. Once it happens, what's this no contact rule again? Are you trying to bamboozle each other? Just find another way, another way, another trick to hang around, have another sex, be together again, force yourself onto the relationship. What? That's going to last for how long, do you think? Because the initial reasons for breakup still exist. No contact rule or do contact rule. I don't care. There's a reason for the breakup. And you guys already tried and tried to compromise, discussed it, tried the things that you knew how to try, and now it's still not working and you guys broke up. What is this no contact rule? Again, in order to think that it's supposed to be a temporary no contact rule, there's a permanent no contact rule after breakup. Finished. Go on. Open your eyes. Start rowing your boat. Cut the rope from the dock. Go and explore other islands, other things, other places, oases. Park your boat there. Go in, explore. Other coconuts, other dancings, other opportunities, other conversations, other people. You want to sum up one whole life to one relationship and one relationship per life? It's not the way it works. It's not natural. If it stays together, you guys bonded on consciousness level, perfect. Continue forever. But if it didn't, then understand that is also perfect, because it tells you that's not the one you should be focusing on. Go there. Other side. It's like you go into a smorgasbord. You try one food, it's delicious. You'll have more. You try another food, it tastes like shit. It's not for you. What do? I'm not going to have this for 5 minutes, no contact rule, and then I'm going to try the shit again. Maybe I like it this time. That's not going to happen. So, so understand this no contact rule is a way to manipulate each other. You miss each other because you haven't had the fights anymore. You haven't had the things you used to do. And a human being misses things that they're conditioned or they're used to. Because we talked about it in the past, about how the order is created. You see, the mind is seeking a refuge, seeking a home, seeking a comfort, a psychological security, and finds that in an order. And the order is created by mechanical processes. The things that you do. You get up, you text each other, or you're living together, you have coffee, tea together, you go do stuff, you each say, lovey-dovey, darling, have a nice day. You go to your own things that you check with each other during the day. You come home, you cook together, or one of you does, and the other one sits on his ass, does nothing. I don't know what the situation is. And then you guys go to movies, go to outings, go to a dinner, socialize. These are your mechanical process, plus many other things. And these mechanical processes create an order. So, just like you had an order, way of doing things when you were single, and then she was single, she had her own way of doing things. When you guys got together, your order interfered with her order. And her way of doing things, her order in life interfered with yours, because you were still on the single time zone. But then eventually you guys compromised and learned, and you created a new order. And when you break up, this new order is now again broken, which you were used to it now. There was no other order but this new order, but built by both of you. And then you feel like, oh, I'm out of sync again, because you now are reverting back to the order you had when you were single. And that's going to take time. So you feel confused. And this no contact rule makes you guys forget about the reasons that you guys broke up, because you missed the order that was created between you two, both of you. This no contact rule makes you think, okay, maybe I can give it a break, and we forget about the things that went on, and we will start again to go through the same shit again until we find out, oh, same reason that caused us to break up still exists regardless of how long we were apart. But we wanted to get back together because we missed each other, because we forgot about the bad things. That's what human being does. We forget about bad things and we remember good things. So when you give a no contact rule, it helps you to forget about certain things that was really pissing you off, because that's the nature of human being. We cover up things. Like you throw a rock into a pond and it splashes, and discomfort and agitations and resonance, and then eventually the pond covers it and the ripples stop and becomes calm again, and you it's like you forgot about the rock. Pond forgets about the rock, fell into it. And when you have no contact rule, all it happens is that human beings' psyche, as a default, it covers up that disturbance that the rock, that the breakup, the problems, conflicts had created. And then you think nothing is wrong again. You're ready for another rock to be thrown because you forgot about it. And everything seems smooth because you forgot about the trouble. You forgot about the rock. And then you get back together and the same shit happens again. Because no matter how long you wait after you have tried that dish on the smorgasbord that tasted like shit, still gonna taste like shit. Because the ingredients haven't changed. So, if you guys ever get back together, you gotta focus on changing the ingredients. You gotta focus on each other's consciousness, bond on consciousness level, understand each other's psyche. What is my thoughts and consciousness role in this? What is the role of my ego, desire, and fear in this? What is each other's role of fear, desire, and ego, and thoughts and consciousness in this? Explore that together. Learn that, which is, of course, you can learn that by going to my site, mind@sixtruth.com, and purchase the Me, My Psyche, and I book, which is highly recommended. A plug is over. Now back to the main show. So once you do that, you understand of each other's shortcomings and each other's, how you're put together, and you'll be able to deal with each other in a more favorable and balanced way. So now you tell me, is there any use for the no contact rule? No contact rule is when you want to manipulate each other again, to use this time to forget about things but not deal with things, and then see you can try again. Okay, now she forgot the shit that you were doing, and you forgot the garbage that she was doing and behaving, and yet you haven't changed and she hasn't changed. The ingredients are the same, only the icing is changed, and then after a while you start doing the same things again, and she start doing the same things again, the same conflicts and divisions are created, and again it becomes a breakup situation, and you keep going through this. So this no contact rule bullshit is for what? To bamboozling each other for a little bit longer of the same shit? Once you've tried and it didn't work, you tried and whatever you knew, it didn't work, you broke up, it's an X. It's a natural no contact forever. Go on. That's what you should be focusing on. Now, hope that was an explanation for you. And then the rest of your question is, and what should we do if the ex reaches out? Depends how she reaches out, you know. And what if they are dating someone else? Well, if they're dating somebody else, are you telling me she reaches out while dating somebody else? Or are you asking me two questions? What if she reaches out? Well, if she reaches out, you see, what is she reaching out for? What is her intention? Is she trying to figure out the good things about you guys and talk about the things that were not so good and figure out how you guys can modify it and bring yourself to a better version of yourself, both of you? Or is she trying to just use the reach out to give you a bunch of more shit time by expressing her grievances, and you didn't do this, you weren't do this, put you down, bother you, and you know, no, thank you very much, I don't want that. Or are you telling me she's reaching out just because she wants to feel good about herself while she's still going out with somebody else? If that happens, just hang up. Just say thank you very much for your attention. I'm not interested to continue any connection with you when you're already going on with somebody else. So what the hell is that? What am I doing here? I'm not here to be your girlfriend. Yeah, that's basically what it is, to have a cheerleader, and she's still going with the other guy and having a cheerleader of another guy to make her feel good. Don't be strung along. And always focus, she's not the only girl. It's just the fact that you knew her, and you know, you think at 61 the doors are closed, not too many girls are available. They are, because there's just that many as you know, are 61 male, there are that many 61 and 50 and 45 female that you may want to consider, and they would be more than happy to consider a 61-year-old. Or maybe a 55-year-old lady, or a 50-year-old, or a 45-year-old lady. Depends how you guys hit it off. and how you take care of yourselves, and you know, create this relationship on what basis. But there's always, but because you're lazy like most other men, when they already know a girl, and so she knows everything about me, I know everything about her, you know, I just don't want to go through that and dating her here, because you quickly want to get to the comfort zone. You don't want to do the work anymore. You don't want to go to the coffee, you don't want to go to the dinner, you don't want to go to the movie anymore. You just want to sit on your ass on the couch at home and just cozy up. And you want a shortcut. The shortcut is the ex-girlfriend. And that's why you have a hard time let go, even though she's going out with another guy, and even though she's no longer with you, you guys had difficulties and challenges, but she reaches out and you want to grab it. Why? Because it's lazy. It's a packaged thing. And you think, because you know all the background of each other, you can quickly go back to how it was comfortable, that elusive psychological security. Don't do that. You're a man. Grow up here. Go out there, see what's there, and you get rejected. No fucking big deal. That's all right. Be a gentleman. There are enough classy ladies out there who would appreciate a gentleman. Be yourself. Don't change yourself just to get laid, or whatever else it is that you have in mind in that relationship, and simply understand that she shouldn't be reaching out. If she reaches out, ask her why. What is the other guy doing? Why are you talking to me? And don't be strung along. Just say no, thank you, bye-bye. All right. Unless she's already says, you know, no, I don't want that guy, and I want to, you know, talk with you, and so you explore it. But don't go back to the same shit that it was. Remember smorgasbord and the dish that you didn't like. Unless the ingredients are changed, it's still going to taste the same, no matter how long you give it a break. All right, let's move on to Patrick. Says, wonderful as always, Mehran. Thank you for your wisdom. As you said at the start regarding the ex, good riddance. Okay. Mike says, please let us know when you're live, what time, and how long live on air. Mike, if you subscribe to my channel, which I hope you have, please everybody do click on the like of this live stream right now before you forget, please, because that helps us to be noticed by YouTube algorithm. And sure enough, as hell, as good a content as we have, as everybody else tells me, every one of you tells me every day, we still have only a few thousand, what is it, 14,600 something or 500 something the subscribers, when you all claim that I should have 1 million or more subscribers, which I agree with you. So for that, to help me out, to share the videos that you like on your social media, click on the like and make comments on the videos that you like. Make comments, and then I will respond to your comments. Even if it's just to say hello, I'll say hello back. That helps the algorithm as well. And if you are subscribed, Mike, and you click on that bell, I don't know, click, and the bell gives you an option of this time or always. Click on the bell and choose the option always. Then whenever I'm live, it comes to you. If you want to know it ahead of time, often or sometimes I post it on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is called Mind That Seeks Truth Author, or Mind That Seeks Truth Books. They're both mine. So you can go on that page and click like, and then you can check it every day, and there's usually a post. I put videos on, some stuff in there, and posts of live talks when I get to it. But sometimes I don't put a post. I just came on live because I figure anybody who has clicked on the bell, it'll be notified right away. So there's no set schedule unless we really get to have that 1 million subscribers, and then I can allocate a lot more time and schedule time, and then that would be a whole different support that I could offer. In the meantime, I need you guys to share the videos that you like on your social media. If you know someone on any kind of a television program, radio program, or a newspaper, or sites that they want to do interview with me, by all means arrange it and refer it, and I'll be more than happy to do that, and that will help us to put us on the map and satisfy every one of you who says we should be well, a lot more known in the world than the level that we are right now. So I'm doing my part by making sure the thumbnails are done nicely, and Olga is a big, huge help in that. Olga is making magnificent thumbnails for this channel, and I'm doing the live talks, and so creating the minutes, you know, viewers longer, so the channel will YouTube would recognize that, and everything else that I should do I'm learning to do. But in the meantime, most important is you sharing the videos on your social media and helping us to be known and more visible. Don says, Mike, the no contact rule is just gameplay. Okay, good. Don is talking to Mike. Rob says, the reason I regret is because my ex told me we can't be together because I had sex when she left me a year ago with another girl. So I feel guilty, Mehran. Ma, you didn't kill anybody. Okay, get over it. She's already left, right? She's using that excuse or whatever it is. It happened. She left you, so you were with another girl. What does she want you to do? Tell her, listen, I'm a man and I'm a human being, and you left me. It's not like you didn't leave me and I went with another girl. That I can understand. Okay, she's pissed off, and then of course then you got to find out the way to apologize and to assure her that this would not happen again, and so on and so forth. But she left you, so you took care of yourself. You got to tell her, like, what do you mean? When you're not with me and you choose not to be with me and you leave me and I'm still supposed to be taking care of you? What the hell is that? I'm the most important thing in my life and you're the most important thing in your life, as much as we may care about each other. But the reality of our psyche is that we are the most important thing in our life, because that's why everything that is important is because I am here. If I'm not here, nothing matters to me. So when you already dissed me and went, I still have to take care of myself. I need I need someone who likes me, who loves me, or gives me companionship, or in that way, that was that girl. But you were in the picture. So what do you want me to do? Say, okay, I'll wait until you go and do whatever it is that you want to do, and I'll just sit there and cry? That's not me. All right. Has to be both ways. So stop feeling guilty. That doesn't do anything, and it's not necessary. You haven't been abusive physically or emotionally, mentally. You just did what you did, and you didn't kill anyone, so get over it. Grow a pair. Mike says, Megan, thank you. Megan or Mehran? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Megan? So thank you for explanation of the no contact rule. Wow, that was the best answer. Thank you. You're welcome, Mike. You're welcome, Mike. Nasro says, hi, my dear Mehran. Hello, Nasro. What's cooking today? I don't know what's cooking. I'm actually not hungry yet, but I would so. Rob says, thank you, Mehran. I'm sorry for these stupid questions that I make. Not really. These are not stupid. Believe me, there are thousands of millions of people are looking for the same answers, and they have the same questions. They just haven't had the chance to ask me. So thank you for asking the questions. Now I will cut it in one video, and I'm sure Olga will do it. Awesome thumbnail for it, and then we'll help others and reach others as well. And I'm sorry for the stupid questions that I make for the last few years. I can't forget my ex. For the last few years, I can't forget my ex due to seeing her daily in my area. So it's hard to forget her due to always seeing her. So listen, Rob, you gotta really start listening to yourself and finding remedy rather than constantly focusing and repeating the problem. You know, it's like if I like a certain apricot, a green apricot, which is pretty much native to Iran, where I was born and raised till I was almost 18, not quite. And when we were in school, this street vendor with this beautifully pyramidal look of all these green apricots. I don't know if apricots or some kind of a delicious, sour little fruits this big, and it depends on the size and the season. And he would come around and yell out the name of it, and we kids would gather around, and he would pay a little, coin, and he would put some in some dirty paper, not dirty, but just newspaper, something. That was, back in the days. I'm sure they're all changed everywhere in the world, and the street vendors have all these sterile packaging and all that so forth. But then that's how it was. And that thing, we would put salt on it, and it was delicious, like you couldn't believe it. And I could not find that anywhere else when I, left to university in the States, or when I left, the country. I never found it. Once in a while, I kind of looked for it. I found it. Sometimes, very rarely, I saw it in one of the local stores, which was a Persian store, and they had access to some California fields, orchards, that the orchard was owned by Persians who knew about that delicacy, that fruit, and they had cultivated, and they would distribute it, and this store would get some, and every few years I could have ran into it and got some, but in most parts never found it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you don't find something? What do you do? Think about it for a second. You simply, when you know it's not available, you close your eyes on it. What's the purpose of constantly thinking about something that is not available to you? Why? Torturing yourself? What if I constantly walk from the morning to night, and every little apricot that I see, I say, what if it was that green apricot? I had it when I was a child, and with the kids we were playing in the streets, and that was so delicious, and I want it now every day. Every day. It's like, sticking a needle into my own hand, and constantly thinking about it, and wallowing to it, and being sad and depressed. Oh, why I don't have that? Why should I think about the things that I don't have? Why should I not think about the things that I don't have and I don't want to have them? Like I don't have a cold, and I don't want to have a cold. I don't have something that I don't want, and I focus on that, so that brings me happiness. Why shouldn't I focus on the things that I do have and I want to have them? Why should I focus on things that I don't want? Why should you focus on this girl that you don't have a possibility to get back with? Why? Why do you torture yourself? Why should you be so narrow-minded to think that that's the only girl in this life? Because you're being a lazy ass. There's so many beautiful girls out there who want to get to know you, and you don't give them a chance, and you don't give yourself a chance, but you just stuck on this one because that was easy, because you already had this, and you don't want to go and explore. So when I can't have that little fruit, I put it out of my mind. Forget it. It's not detrimental to my life. There's so many other delicious stuff out there, and if I ever see it, okay, I may buy one. If I don't give a shit, because I let it out of my mind by focusing on other things that are wonderful and available in other opportunities. Same thing with you. Start focusing on real life, on the stuff that is out there, the girls that are out there. I see her every day in my school. Okay, but what the fuck is she doing for you? Is she full of wisdom? Is she going to pay your rent? Is she going to make you smart? Is she the reason that you're breathing? Is she the reason that your heart beats? Is it the reason that the energy of the universe flows through you? Or is she just another girl but gets up in the morning, she got to go shit in the bathroom, clean herself, wash her face, eat breakfast, and go to school. What's so special about her? The only thing about her is that you can be intimate with her and feel pleasure through sex and intimacy, or to feel that you love someone because you want to feel that emotion. And all that is possible through other possibilities. You can get to know other girls, see if you like them, they like you, and you establish rapport and get to know each other and move on from there. So stop being like the way you have been, then you will not be like the way you have been. You will not feel like the way you have. Just look at her for what she is. Don't be so afraid of no longer liking what you have made a god out of. In fact, you're not really missing her. You're missing the emotion that was created in you while you were with her, which was all thoughts. So you created something out of her as an anomaly. Now you can't live without thinking that what you thought is still there. So in fact, you're really liking your own thoughts. You have a hard time to separate yourself from your thoughts. You have a hard time to diss your own thoughts because that's your creation. You made her something that she's not really. She's just another human being, another organic, biological entity. But you turned it into something you want to worship because it was a vessel through which you would get pleasure. And because you have created that anomaly worthy of your worshipping in your thoughts, which is your thought, not her. She's not worthy of worshipping by anything because she can do nothing for the world as far as you know. She hasn't done any wonderful, amazing things for the hungry people in the world or for people who have sickness. She hasn't cured anything. She hasn't healed anyone. She hasn't done anything so great for the peace of the world or humanity and all that, right? So what's really so great about it? The only thing great about it is that you feel pleasure because of through intimacy or through being with her or being in contact with her. And that is your own brainchild. So in fact, you're worshiping your own mind, your own thoughts. That's what you're having problem to separate yourself. Which I'm telling you, understand it, that it's your own thoughts that you're worshiping because she really doesn't deserve that much of an attention and obsession about. And understand that these thoughts can focus on other things. And then you will start seeing possibilities. Stop worshiping yourself or your own thoughts or her, which is the product of your thoughts. I hope that is somewhat of a help to you. And I want to get on with the other questions. So let's go. Now, I hope you will take care of that. Don't come back next time and say the same thing again. Ask the same thing, Rob. I want you to put these to work. Because keep hearing me saying things is like a bloody music. You say, okay, let me put that record again. No, unless you start putting the firm, it's like keep reading about the recipe of a food. You won't be making food. You'll still go hungry. Read the recipe, go buy the ingredients, go home and put the ingredients to work and let it work together and be cooked and ready for you to use them for sustenance and nourishments and benefit from it. So what I'm saying to you here, put them to action. Don't just say, okay, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Well, okay, you know that. If you haven't put to action what you know, it's not going to do you any good. Right? So, put to action what you hear from me here. Rob says, Mehran, do people change? Of course. Or they say stay the same. No, in most part we all change. Everything in this universe changes. All the molecules, atoms of everything changes. There's nothing that remains the same. Everything, every moment, every second, every nanosecond is changing. So, by and large, everything changes. So would people. You know that. As you say, are you probably moving towards saying, oh, will she then someday come back to me because she's changed? I don't want to hear that. Let's see what you say. As you say, even if they come back, there it is. same shit again. As you say, even if they come back, it's the same. Ah, I see. Okay, same ingredient. Was it possible to say, ah, I see. You're moving into that zone of I should wait and wait for her to come back because she's the best thing in the world. No, fuck off. Move on. I said that with love. Just fuck off. Get a hold of yourself. Don't wait for her. Whether she changes or not, don't give a shit. I'm getting pissed off. Move on. Don't do that. Don says, you're awesome, Mike. Oh, you say, you're welcome, Mike. I hope you find the love. Okay, good. Rob, last sentence I'm telling you. Stop this bullshit of thinking that your life is roaming around her. Whether she changes or not changes, should I wait for... No, just... I'm telling you something that if you really trust what I'm saying, then you will take it to heart. When you get over this bullshit, whether it's tomorrow, the next day, a month from now, or 2 months, or 2 years from now, you will look back and say, what the fuck did I waste my time on that so much? Why didn't I get it? Because the only time that you would get it is when you have already come out of it and you see the life and experience life and you see how wonderful that is. And then you will see, why have I delayed this experience of beautiful life by simply sitting in that hole thinking about those thoughts about her, making it as if that which didn't exist anymore is the life as it was happening. It wasn't. And you missed the chance of being with life as it was happening. And now that you are there, 2 years from now, whenever it is, you see, wow, I missed so much time of wonderful opportunity to be with life as it was happening, because I was just simply thinking about all those what my thoughts had created about her, instead of seeing the reality of it and moving on. So on that note, know that you will change and you will look back and say, what the fuck was I saying, and lingered my time, wasted my time. So you won't do that. Stop it now. Switch over, and doesn't matter how many times you see her every day in your class or wherever, just focus on what you're doing and how great you are and how wonderful life can be, and it is ahead of you. All right. Sean Bowser, or Bowser says, my name is Sean, 28 years old. I was in a relationship for 2 years. Other relationships, another girl online. Damn, first I thought I was over my ex, and I got with this. My ex contacted me and said she I don't have the rest of it. Disappeared. Oh, here it is. My name is Sean, 28 years old. I was in a relationship for 2 years. Other relationship. I don't get it. Another girl. Online. Damn, first. Okay. Is it a riddle or code? Sean? I thought I was over my ex, and I got with this. My ex contacted me and said she can't put my whole story in here. I can't put my whole story in here. It doesn't give me words. Yes, you gotta separate it, like, you know, 3 lines and then another 3 lines, different input. So then it will be like 3/4 of them. Then I can find them. It doesn't allow you, because this is supposed to be, you know, for everyone, short. It's not supposed to be a real personal consultation. Of course, that is available if you guys go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and click on talk to me for consultation. You will have packages that you can choose, and the system takes you through the process of it, and sends me notification, and then we can discuss it one-on-one on Skype and attend to the issues that concerning me. But here you will simply put one question, or maybe in 3 or 4 separate portions, and I can do my best to attend to it. So I guess, okay, Sean says, okay, long story short, you're trying to make it my excellent call. She said, love me, man, miss, take me back. I was with somebody else. She found out the girl and hurt her, and she I will try that. I'm speaking into my phone. Okay. Perhaps because you're speaking to your phone, I don't know if you're speaking to your phone and it picks up the right. I don't know what the system it is. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's cut in pieces and sentences are back and forth. Sean, maybe you like to exercise to go on my site, mind@6truth.com, and make a Skype consultation appointment, and we'll discuss that in detail together. Sushant says, hi Mehran. Hello Sushant. My ex left me 5 months back. So you should be 5 months ahead of her now. What are you doing here now? Still talking about her. Now she's back. Oh, and she wants me, really. But she tells me that she slept with someone else. So what did you think what she's going to do when she left you? Going to be praying? She's going to be with somebody else. So what? Wasn't she with somebody else before you? She didn't cheat on you. She broke up with you, and she was in a relationship with somebody else. I know it sucks, but you got to either focus on her, who she is, and if you like her for who she is, how she is, or you want to focus on the experience that she had by being somebody else. Maybe you want to focus on the fact that even though she did go try a relationship with somebody else and she slept with that somebody else, but still finds you better. So that means she wasn't impressed with the guy in any or every way. So, are you connecting with her mind, or are you connecting with her body? It's a combination, right? So you can't think of her as just a physical entity. Now she slept with somebody else. Well, haven't you slept with another one? So you did too. And she did before you came along, and you did before she came along. So why is it that suddenly when we get to a girl, we expect her to have been a virgin? Why? Have you been a virgin before you met her? And even if you guys were, well, you broke up. So you gone and with somebody else, and then now you feel like, okay, maybe we got to give it another try. Life is short. Don't be too harsh on yourself or on her. What's a big deal? You guys weren't together, so no big deal. Go on. Go on, check it out. See if you guys can make it. And don't make her to be all about a commodity. Oh, somebody touched her, so she's not as good. No, what she's good or she's not good is in her consciousness, is how this ticks. It's not about if she touched her. So what are you going to say? If she was walking around and a dog came and pissed on her feet, or she wanted to pick up something and her hand went to some dog shit that was beside that thing on the street, she's not touched shit. Now that means, is she now shit? Is she now going to be judged because she touched shit? Well, that happens. She's going to wash her hands, and that's a physical part. There's nothing left on it. Okay, she slept with somebody. Okay, now she's not sleeping with somebody. That was like touching shit. Or touching something that she no longer wants to touch. So that's the end of that. Now the memory of it makes you think it's happening still. It's not. It's dead, it's gone, in non-existence. It's like it never happened, or it did happen, but it's not happening now. That's the reality. So either focus on reality or live in your brain and live in your memory, which has got all kinds of other shit that you, if you want to focus on it, it can distract you from real life. And this is what's going to distract you. You walk in the street and you step on dog shit. Are you going to be thinking about it the whole next day or 2 or 3? Maybe. But after 3 or 4 days, you wash your shoes, you're no longer, and you're careful not to step on shit again, and everything is fine. Why would you want to keep remembering something that wasn't pleasant? If it was pleasant for her, she would stay with the guy. So obviously she prefers not to. Treats her as some experience that she doesn't think it's for her. Just like passing by some unpleasant places that you will just, okay, you experience it, but you know, pass by. You know, you went to I don't know, a restaurant that bad food. You went a couple of times, say no, that's not for me, and you don't go. So that's it. Don't worry about it. Talk to her, see how it goes. Don says, I think I'm too old for the dating scene. There is way too much drama in relationships. I think most guys want someone younger. A lot of men get intimidated by an independent lady as well. Yes, it's true. They may. Bottom line, Don, I'm not sure if, while yes, lots of men can get intimidated by an independent woman, but I'm not sure if that's really the problem. I think as long as a man and a woman can keep their interaction with each other cordial, based on kindness, compassion, and continue that role of what a woman expects the man to be and what the man expects the woman to be, and that is determined between the two of them as they discuss, and what is it that they're looking in a woman, or what is it that the woman is looking in her man, and they establish that and see if they are made with that kind of a fiber. And if that's the case, then that means they are complying with the expectations that the man has of the kind of woman that he wants to be, and the expectations that the woman has of the kind of man that she wants to be with, and then that will be okay. But if they don't do that, and they only focus on the independence characteristics of independent characteristics of that the woman has, and the woman focuses on the independent characteristics that the man has, and they don't fulfill the role that each should have in the relationship according to the expectations of the others, then it's all messed up. Otherwise, it's not the woman's being independent that bothers some men. It's the fact that the woman stopped being a woman when she's independent. Meaning, what woman means to her and what woman means to her man, they haven't discussed that to see what is it that he likes his woman to be, and what is it that she likes her man to be. They haven't established that. So therefore she sees herself in a certain image that may not be the same image that the guy sees himself in a relationship with the image of a woman of the kind that the woman is having. So in other words, depends on the man and the woman. And if we really want to be truthful about it, well, man wants a woman to be a woman before she is anything else. And a woman wants a man to be a man before he is anything else. Like, she doesn't care if he's a scientist or a doctor or a lawyer or an astronaut. She wants him to be a good man that she can rely on, a good communicator, a good companion, a good person, a good heart, a support, that she can converse with her, she can confide in her, she can lean on to him, you know, that she can confide into him, you know, and she can rely on him, she can converse with him. I think I got the salutations wrong. So I'm repeating the sentence. So she wants her man to be that wonderful person that she wants her man to be. And the same thing the man wants. The man wants, it doesn't care if the woman is making that kind of money or that kind of money, or she's independent this way or independent that way. When it comes to herself, she can be whatever she wants to be. But what he's concerned about is when it comes to him, what is she to him? Is she a woman, or is she want to be an independent person, which is not what the man expects really. Wants her woman to be independent, but still be a woman. If she's still a woman, it brings that female touch, brings that female addition, wisdom and beauty and softness and understanding and organization and everything else that a man thinks a woman should be, well, that works out. But suddenly, if the independence of a woman makes her feel like she no longer needs to be a feminine, a female, and she now wants to be a man and to have the role of the man in addition to, then it's a mishmash. So there should be a balance in there, that we all know what we're not just talking about the traditional role of a woman that she's always in the kitchen. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the role of a female in a life of a man. Otherwise, man doesn't need another someone like himself in his life. He has himself for himself. He knows what a man is. But it's a man, a heterosexual man, looking for a woman. So wants to have a woman's touch and energy in his life. So that woman, while she's independent and strives for the best she wants to be in life and accomplish whatever she wants to, but she still should see if she still want to be a female, feminine woman, rather than buying into all these out there promoting that don't be a woman, be a person. And the man, don't be a man, be a person. Well, what the fuck? Part of being a person for a man, heterosexual man, is to be a man. And part of being a person for a female for a woman is to be a woman, be female. So why can't we have it both? Independent, progressive, and establish and advance and grow and accomplish whatever they want to accomplish, both of them, man and woman. And yet be able to understand that we each have our places in life. One is a man, one is a woman. He has his duties, responsibilities to be there as a support, be a male figure, and the woman has her own responsibilities to be that pillar of support and wisdom and softness and kindness and organization and role model to that whole relationship. So I think it has nothing to do with progressiveness and to be modern and to be independent. It has to do with, while they're being that what they want to be, they think they should also forget to be that woman that everybody loves, every heterosexual male loves and cherishes and looks forward to come home to. So, something to think about, perhaps. Emmanuel says, I didn't want to share this with you because you could be harsh on me. You could be harsh on me, but I'm realizing that neither my ex nor I are strong enough to separate completely. Well, you will be if you're not now. Both of us don't want to block each other. I see. Well, don't have to. If it's not hurting you, don't have to. The Ralph says, I admire your passive-aggressive attitude to moving on from relationship. It makes me wonder what the point is in investing in people if you're all expected to move on so easily. Who said so easily? That easily is your addition. I said once you've already tried and tried to compromise, tried to figure out things, and still didn't work, eventually there would be a time that is no longer easily considered easily. It is considered we've tried our best and it didn't work out. That's the point that I'm talking about. That's when the breakup and the X is X and should be treated as such. And Ralph continues, moving on quickly helps us find the next person quicker and easier. Mark, oh, you're talking to Mark. All right. Nacho. Okay, cute. Nacho says, hi Mehran, where can I send you an email? Nacho, these are the free time that I'm putting in for everyone to enjoy. Emails, if it's personal and it's supposed to be one-on-one and consultation, you can go on my site, mind@seekstruth.com, click on talk to me for consultation. There would be packages that you will see what's affordable to you, and then you will choose that, and then you go through the process, and I'll be notified, and then we'll connect on Skype and we'll attend to your concern. Because if it's all this and the videos and then the emails and everything else, how am I going to be able to bring this channel to economic viability? So all day long I'm reading emails and so on, but I want you guys to understand this is for you, complimentary, and anything more you guys want, then you got to go to the site and then make an appointment for consultation. I'll be more than happy, because that's what I do all around the week with people around the world, or whoever is in need of that consultation, and that's the procedure for it. Nacho, I'm sure you understand. Ralph says, okay, now we said that, and Sandy says, I will try that. Okay, all right. Now, TC, you've been here before, but you haven't been here for a while. Says, how to overcome the fear of manifesting the similar person who isn't ready to commit or treats me as priority, because it has been happening with me again and again, that guys I date show similar traits. That means your selection sequence is the same. You got to change your selection process. You're going on same basis. You're going to choose them on same basis, and therefore you end up with the same. You know, obviously you got to see the reasons that you end up with the same kind of guys. It's because your selection process and criteria, the list you will be looking at and focusing on, is the same as always. Make changes on that. Push different buttons for your multiple choices, and then your criteria will change. You know, it's like anything else. You go and order same cake for birthday. When you go to this bakery and tell them I want this in the cake, chocolate layer, you know, white chocolate layer, you know, the strawberries or whatever the heck it is, and then icing to be like this, and write the happy birthday on it. Okay, and you taste this. Oh, that wasn't good. You say, I'm not going to go to that store anymore. Then you're going to go to another bakery, but you give them the same bloody recipe. I want this chocolate, and you taste it tastes the same. And you keep going to different bakeries and you give them the same recipe. Well, they're going to turn out pretty much the same. Maybe a little deviation here and there. Maybe the design would be different. The look would be different. The ingredients is the same, so it's going to affect you the same taste. Taste buds are going to be stimulated the same way. Same thing. You keep choosing the guy, but your selection process is the same. Change the ingredients, change what you're focusing on, what should be having priority, and then you will perhaps end up with a different product. I hope that will help you out, TC. All right, guys, it looks like we have hit all the questions and we caught up with everything. I hope this was as fun for you as it was for me. I thank you very much for giving me your time to share this with me. Please do share the videos on your social media. It will help the channel to be known. Please like this live stream if you haven't yet. And I look forward to talk to you again. And look for anything else, you can go on my channel and search for what you're feeling on the search engine, and there are bound to be videos for it. And I'll look forward to talk to you soon. In the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others, and until then, bye for now.